Behold, the Great Wall of Casio, with a new addition at the top. I think I've got way too much time on my hands, guys. G-Shock review coming at ya. Let's do this. Welcome to another Casio watch review with me. And we've got G-Shock today. Love a G-Shock, love a G-Shock. Got a big one, and it's a G7900-2DR. What a watch this thing is. I bought it, I've been looking at it for a while, and I just had to get it. It's actually quite an old G-Shock in terms of Casios. It came out in 2010, so it's been around a little while. It's quite a usable watch, lots of features, moon phase, tide graph, stopwatch, things like that. And it's a bit of a beast. I've already had a little sneak peek out of the box, and I can tell you I'm a big fan of this watch. I love yellow, I love the navy. It is pretty cool. It's an absolute beast, and I can't wait to show it all to you today in this video. Thanks for everyone who's subscribed lately. It's going up and up and up. I think we're getting around 25 subscribers a week at the moment, which is impressive. Well, I'm pretty happy with that anyway. I think that's good progress. Good progress for the channel. I'll keep the videos coming for everyone. So, yeah. Let's open up this box and show you all this G-Shock. Let's do it. Okay, so this is an unusual Casio box. It's black. Normally the imports that you get off Amazon are kind of blue or sort of other colors. This is the first box I've seen like this, and it doesn't have a tin. It doesn't have a tin, which annoys a lot of people. I'm not that bothered. I mean, they'd need a pretty big tin to put this watch in because it is a beast. And here we are. Here we have it. Let's open it up. Whoa. Look at this thing. That is impressive. It is such a great looking watch. I love the colors. Yellow is my favorite color, and that's kind of why I got it, really, just because I just love the look of this thing. I love the size. It's a bit of a monster. Look at the thickness of that. It's crazy thickness. You know, I got the DW290 on today, and it's almost double the size. It's literally double the size. But yeah, look at that. This thing is cool. Loving it. Tide phase, moon graph. It is a superb looking watch. I love it. How have I never seen this before? I kind of just came across it lately. I was kind of flicking through Amazon just to see if there's any watches that caught my eye, and this came up, and yeah, I just think it's a great looking watch. Very rugged, just smart looking. I just love it. I love the bits of grey on there. The yellow button here is cool. I just love the look of this thing. It's pretty cool. And if you look at the actual picture, the picture shows it as kind of a navy, but it's almost like a greeny kind of tinge to it, which I think is just stunning. Absolutely brilliant looking watch. Love it. Plenty of features on this one. In fact, let me just show you something. Let's just open the back of this box up and take the little G-Shock tag out. But look at the thickness of this. I've never seen a Casio manual as big as this in a watch before. And that is for good reason. This thing is quite complicated. I've actually watched a few reviews myself on this watch just to get a bit of knowledge about it, because I think it's tricky to sort of get your head around all the features and stuff. So, but look at that. Look at the thickness of that. It's incredible. Biggest book I've seen. Biggest Casio book I've seen for sure. Yeah, but again, I just want you to have a look at this just for a second. Again, it's just awesome looking watch. Pretty cool features. So you got, like I say, you got the tide graph, and then you can go to the moon phase. It's a little complicated because you have to get the longitude on there, your kind of location, and yeah. But at the moment, the moon is showing nothing because actually it's in a different phase. But if I just click this for you here, if I just change the date there, you can see the moon moving across this little piece here. So yeah, at the moment it doesn't have a phase, so still pretty cool. And there you go, it disappeared. So yeah, plenty of features on this thing. Tide graph, obviously, and again, if you kind of look in there, if I change the date, the tide will kind of move, high tide, and then it kind of sweeps down as you change the time. Pretty easy to use once you know how. I've watched, like I said, I've watched a few videos of this watch just to get my head around it because it is quite tricky. But yeah, again, once you've got the knowledge, and if this is going to be your main watch to wear, I'm sure you're going to get used to it pretty quick. I know I will. We have the stopwatch here, kind of resets itself there, kind of standard from G-Shock. 2 stopwatches, timer, alarms, world time. It's pretty nice. But yeah, I just think this is a great looking watch, and this is probably not on a lot of people's radar, and I kind of know why, because it doesn't really show up on that many sites anymore, where it's quite an old looking, it's quite an old model, sorry, but it is fantastic. I do love the look of this watch. It's probably one of the best looking G-Shocks I've seen personally, from a personal preference, that is. Lots of you might not like it, but I think it's great. These buttons are just awesome. This is an awesome looking watch. Anyway, let's stop waffling on and try it on for size. See how it looks on my 7-inch wrist. Boom! Look at this thing. That is awesome. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of this watch. It's an absolute monster. This is definitely not going under a sleeve if you're on a night out and you're wearing a shirt. You're not going to be able to conceal this G-Shock. It is big. I've got a 7-inch wrist, and I would say I get away with it just about. It's pretty big, but it feels great on the wrist. It's really comfy. The strap's kind of, it's quite a rigid strap. It's quite yeah, it's quite solid. You know, you can't push it in. If I push the sides in there, there's absolutely no give in this watch. You got a metal clasp there, which is good. I always hate the plastic ones. They always feel like they're going to break. But this watch, wow. Just have a look at that. Let me just roll the wrist there so you can all see it. Cool colour. The strap's a great colour. The watch itself's a great colour. Everything great about this watch, which I'm pretty pleased, because the last couple of watches I've reviewed haven't been that impressed with them, but this thing, I am pretty impressed. Just give you another little look there. Fantastic. Great looking watch. I believe if you undo these screws, you can take these grey, don't know what you'd call them, comfort ramps. I just made that up. You can take them off, but I would say you won't need to, because yeah, maybe if you had a smaller wrist you might need to remove them just so that bit pushes in a bit more, but again, this watch is pretty big, so if you're buying this and you've got smaller than a 6.5-inch wrist, maybe you might find this on the big side, possibly, but I love it. Absolutely love this watch. Let's check out the backlight. Let's see if it's impressive as the watch itself. Here we are, folks. Darkest room in the house, also known as my bedroom. Let's see this backlight. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Love the blue. Awesome. Not into the orange backlight. I do prefer the blue ones. I just think they look more cool. Icy. Icy cool. Pretty impressed with this. Pretty clear. And you can also change the seconds on this. I think you can have 3 seconds or 5 seconds. So, wicked. Another tick from me. And we're back. So that was the backlight test. And I really like it. I think it's a great watch. Let's just have a little size comparison in a minute. Let's bring in the DW6900 for you all. And actually, Although this feels big. I don't know why it feels so much bigger than the DW, but it does. But I don't think size-wise there's a lot in it, to be honest. Even in thickness, I don't think there's much in it. If any, they're probably the same. This just feels a lot heavier. I think that's why it feels like more of a watch. The strap is obviously bigger, more chunky. As you go around the watch, it just, yeah, it's great. I love this watch, and this is definitely adding to the collection now. Let's just click the light buttons. I do really like the light button on this. It really does press in well. You kind of don't have to hit it too hard. It's just a little tap, and there you go. But yeah, what a stunning watch. Cool features on this. Let me just show you how easy it is to set the time on this. Very easy. So hold this button in, and I believe this little symbol up here is the duration of the backlight. So I think this is 3 seconds, and I think that is 5. So that's, again, pretty easy to use. So you can have daylight savings time on or off. You can scroll through it like this, on or off. I'm going to keep it on because changing watch times is a real faff when the clocks change. Hate it. And then, yeah, you just scroll through 2025, 2026, up and down with this. Scrolling through this. April the 12th. And again, seconds. It's pretty straightforward, this watch. This is your longitude, so you'll need to know this if you're setting the moon phase and the tide graph. You'll need to know that. I looked it up earlier, and I think I'm 2 degrees west or something like that. So, as I understand it, and then click that, and you're back pretty much. Pretty easy to use. It is, you might not need the instruction manual. If you have a little play with it, I think you're going to get it pretty quickly. But there we go. The picture's not too bad. I'd say it's a good match. Apart from, I think the colour is way better than it looks on the picture. Way better. It's one of those watches that you buy and you think, it does look nice in the pictures, but when it turns up, it really does look nice. So I'm so impressed with this. I'm going to score this watch high. I'm going to score it a 9 out of 10, which I don't do that often. But I really like it. It's just such a great watch with such cool features as well. Let me just talk you through a few of them. Shock resistant, 200 meters water resistant, low temperature resist, so -20. So if anyone's going into -20 conditions, this watch could be the one. World time, auto backlight, 2 stopwatches, tide graph, and a moon phase graph. What more could you want? So I believe the auto backlight, which is when you tilt to turn it on, I think you hold this down. Yep. Oh no, sorry. That's flash, so that says flash. Okay, so I got that wrong. Maybe it's this one. There we go. Auto backlight just came up there. So again, if you want it off, you just hold it down and it will disappear. I'll probably have it off, to be honest, because if your wrist is moving a lot, you probably won't need it, basically. But yeah, there we go. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this review, and if you haven't heard of this watch, if you haven't even seen this watch, which many people probably haven't, it's the G-7900-2DR. It is wicked. I own it. It's about £100 on Amazon, and yeah, it's quite a bit of money, I would say, but all in all, you're getting a lot of watch for £100, and if you're in the market for something rugged that can stand the test of time, and even if you're in a colder climate, this thing can take -20 degrees, so there's some serious protection in there. Fantastic watch. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Come back for more content, and yeah, there'll be more reviews in the pipeline, I'm sure. See you all soon. Bye bye.